did not mean to dance to your death music. I really didn't. Cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. To the side action. My name is Apollo Justice. You might be kind of swag. You might be kind of swag. You might be kind of swag. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. We all were new once. And today is my first trial. You sexy too. What's going on right now? You somebody. Brain cells in the judge said. Let me just say that now. It's only 2. But to entrust this case to this greenhorn. Why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, hold on. What about Phoenix Wright? Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You don't think that guy is... No, he can't be Phoenix Wright. That's crazy. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. That's not Phoenix. I can't tell because his scalp is covered. Long time no... Let's put the past behind us, shall we? I won't speak a bit further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. He don't age either. Apparently his hair just gets longer. To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I see you leave in chains. Winston Payne. He's so cool now. Subtle as ever, I see. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him. Wham! On the head. Smack! Killed him cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say. And the defendant, you say he was the pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright, a pianist. This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. It's the court record. It's the court record. Put my record on the court with the court record. I be on the record with the record. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. Yo, why is it at the bottom like that? The court record. Right, I've heard of that. How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. Not ready enough! I've been tripping out this whole time. Time of death was around 2 a.m. April 17th. Death caused by a single blow to the forehead. Okay. Crime photo. That's a strong bottle. He. Okay. See what else? Let me tell you this here. I'm an observer. How do I turn around? How do I turn it around in here? There we go. Okay. Use each look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right. Just use E. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. So the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this shady Smith fellow? We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler? According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant. That, too, was unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime. If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing? That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. I'm trying to think about who Gavin is, because that name sounds familiar. He must have just been another defense lawyer that Phoenix maybe trained with or whatever, or went to school with or whatever. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself. Indeed. It appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal.
Objection!
It is true that... Oh no, I thought... You know, he is Gavin. Gavin Christoph, I think is his name. Or Christoph Gavin. What's his name? I know how to check this. They don't let me... Oh. No. Oh. Yet it was only that, the game in the purest sense. Competition, Your Honor. Competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards that are back to read in blue flame know its final outcome. Come again. The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present. And impress women. That will be our first order of business here, to find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. Now, I'm going to let everybody here know right now, I save before every time. Because I will load it if I don't understand. If it takes me a second to get there, I will just load it. There's no point in starting the whole game over and starting the whole trial over and then running through everything again that I already know. It's just all a waste of time. Let's just, when you see me check and do that, you see that I got it wrong. We all know that I got it wrong and it's game over for me. And that's fine. I play games a little crazy. Get used to it. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take uninterested customers over at the poker table. To take uninterested customers over at the poker table? The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game. And our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play piano. Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. You're a hater. Like, he defended well. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. Oh, my first cross-examination. Don't blow it. Are you alright? You sweating bullets? Bullets where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher course? Nah. No need for help here, sir. I think I've got this one covered. better do more than think. You know it or you do not. I'm fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. My weapons. Press and present. Find any inconsistencies and lies within the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies. Lies. Phoenix Wright? As if Phoenix Wright would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. Whew, I'm nervous. Like, I just don't know how to feel about this side of Phoenix right now. We didn't see him at all ages. Like, you know, I would be nervous too if, my client was a previous defense attorney of renown. Like, oh my gosh. No, I gotta, oh my gosh. The defense may begin cross-examination. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. Okay. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table.
Hold it!
Why do you look like that? They pay you just to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all. Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hardworking member of society like me to imagine. Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. What? I played poker for 7 years in that little room, and I've never lost. Once. What? You see where the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. Ah, he's so top tier. Like, people be so sleep on Phoenix, especially in this game. It's quite a draw. That is quite a draw. He's never lost once, not even one time. As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game. Oops. I'm trying to say the line before I sneeze, excuse me. That's all it is, the game, and our customers are happy.
Hold it!
2 decks of cards. A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. What was he trying to say when he looked at me just then? He just looked at me and tried to say something. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. The crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards is red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker, you make 5 card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes, a game of hands. How old is Phoenix in this? I'm just curious. 33. Wow. So you claim you weren't gambling. That's right. It was basically a game. We didn't bet any money, not even a little. The only thing at stake in our game was pride itself. Oh, well put, Mr. Wright. I've got a mind to play a hand of poker myself. The stakes, your fate. Why is he trying to eat right now? Can we get back to the trial? Like, I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in a testimony. Isn't it a little early to jump into conclusions? It's your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Right. I got it. Fine. Time to listen again. Alright.
Hold it!
You can hardly play. Well, I play sometimes, when customers demand it. So I play them one song. It's usually all they want. Was that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Bowl? Okay. So, I'm already stumped. Can y'all believe that? Embarrassing. The room where we play and the competition in there. Did I press that one? The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction. And it's quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? All in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen Nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. The smoky room, gambling hoods. You know, just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, Lagoon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout. But little else. The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It was a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred, yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. I completely let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right, there's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press. And I've got myself a whole new testimony. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. Are your fingerprints not on the... Sorry. On the...
Objection!
So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon? This grape juice bottle? Right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Yeah, because why are you lying about that? Oh, no, he wants to... Too bad our new defense lawyer... Oh, defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see. It was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. You're going crazy. Oh my gosh. No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Like that. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about my cords of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. Well, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints. Huh? But the fingerprints of the murder weapon were upside down. Upside down? What does that mean? It means he was holding it like this from the tip and the bottle was like this, and he was holding it like this. It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can be only one reason for that. Yes. To brain someone with the bottle. I wouldn't, yeah. Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worst. No? I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. And that's what I was just about to tell y'all, right? The thing about not being worried in situations like this, the thing that Phoenix had to learn and Miles had to learn, Phoenix learned it by just continuing to push for more truth, right? Like, just by believing in his client enough to where he could find some kind of flaw in the logic. Miles Edgeworth was like, there's some way. Like, when he knew something wasn't right, there's some way. Like, I'm here to get down to the truth. I don't know what's not right about it. I don't care if I lose or win. But I care about the truth. Okay? That's the mission. It doesn't matter how bad your situation looks. It doesn't matter how much it looks like the right person is wrong. If you keep digging for that truth, like, it'll come out. Like, there's got to be a flaw in your logic somewhere. The only thing that matters is the truth. He could have any reason. He could have had any reason. Like, that's the thing about it. Because what do you call them? Not defense, prosecutors do, and people like that do, is they want to jump to the most likely conclusion because, you know, it's the most likely conclusion, right? Like, you know, there's a whole theory based on that, right? But the cool thing about these games is that it's like, it's easy to believe the worst thing. You know what I mean? But there can be a way that this all makes sense. There can be a way that this person who you believe in turns out to be right. Like, they didn't do it. Like, we have to get the full truth here. So, any reason in the world he could have been having to hold it like that. He might have just took it from somebody. Or no, he might have just picked it up like that. Like, I don't know. Anything could have happened. So what we do is follow through to the truth until we have all the questions answered. So now that this has come out, okay, we have more questions to ask now. Now that we have more trial to get through. Because we understand another piece of the story. That's how you're supposed to look at stuff like that. Not like, oh my gosh, it's against us. It's all this evidence stacking up against us. It's like, no. You're just getting more of the truth out. You're getting everything cleared out so that the truth cannot be denied. And that's all me. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see. That's what I'm saying. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court? Look at him, that little knowing smirk. It's like... I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? He said for now, so he's willing to be cooperative for some reason. He's waiting for something. Okay. This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Objection!
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still, that... Really? Yes. Well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene. Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? And now we're getting more... You see what I mean? Like, we're getting more truth to the... You're not hearing me talk my stuff right now, and I'm eating it up, eating it up. If y'all see chocolate on my mouth, it's because I'm eating brownies. The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. That was gross, sorry. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see, and this is the phone that made the call? Oh my gosh, it's the same phone. Okay, right cell phone added. Used by the defendant to notify the police from the restaurant's first floor. I was trying to click... You didn't see me click the... The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative. Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I better not waste this. Let me see this. I know they felt me click that before. It doesn't have the thing I like where it tells me... Where it tells me, where... I don't like this mechanic right here. I don't like it. Wow, the battery is being held in with a piece of tape. He should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Or he just doesn't care. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about... What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment that the crime occurred? How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. You're as good as they say you are. So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime. Or they did it! Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. You're a fake. The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? Stand up tall. I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. Are you serious? So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? You're so fake. Are y'all serious about my hair right now? That's what you're really scared of? I swear it on my gavel. Please, come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you are sure it is okay... Now, the prosecution... Wait a minute. The prosecution care to explain the witness's paraphernalia? Yes, she is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade. And that would be... My name is Olga Orly. Olga Orly. I am employed as waitress in Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming restaurant. But I also perform how it is said, other service. I take it one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures. Like for example, this one. That's the defendant. Indeed. On the night of the murder, a man in white hat is one who has gone kaput. Indeed, that is the victim. I'm not trying to do an accent for real. I don't know what I'm just trying to read. Order. This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. It is same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers. Casually. I just heard it. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. All this photo added to the court record. They just don't let me click from here. Is that what it is? Understood. Now witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in room. The hideout, we call it. Excuse me? The hideout? Court record. They look so chummy and chill here, like... It is room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested. Is room where murder took place. What? Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post my courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want a copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness. Why was she in there, though? And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, then that means... Very well. Witness, you will testify to the court about that night's events. You lying about something, shawty, not finna find out. You lying about something, shawty, not finna find out. I'm finna... That's my Atlanta accent. Do we approve? That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on top. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Is it locket? Whose picture's in it? Then, last hand is done, but something terrible has happened, dog. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. That's not... Who said anything about strangling? Death caused by single... Oh, I can look at this? Cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blood. Okay. Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice? Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. Y'all have every evidence in the book. These are the poker chips as they lay at the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? Yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. I I know that. After all, in my youth, I was the poker head of courtroom number 3. Okay. I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Chips photo added to the court record. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Alright. Customer asked me to deal cards for the game. It was called All Players Play with Hats On. The victim he plays whole time with his hand on his locket at his neck. Is it the same locket? No, he wouldn't still have that locket. No, that wasn't a locket. It was like a vial. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at the victim and is strangling him to death. I mean, I just automatically kind of want to go, you know? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I just want to go, like, because I mean, hello?
Objection!
Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Ah, normal customers only choke on borscht. No, I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Miss Orley, really? Did you witness the crime? Got borscht in that bowl? You brought the borscht here? Share with the class. I don't even know what borscht is. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? His head certainly was hit. Okay. Crime photo 2. Add it to the court record. Now let me see if anything was missing here. That's what I want to know. But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Oh really, Miss Orley? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice? I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination. There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. It was in blue text! Hold on a second. Okay. The locket, the man's wearing it. It was called Both Players Played with Hats On. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on the locket at his neck.
Hold it!
His locket. I believe it was good luck. I keep thinking the victim is Phoenix. Sorry, I just favor him too much. Come on, get your head in the game. Oh my gosh, I believe it was good luck charm, yeah? He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt it as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about? I mean a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket. Judge? Of course! I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a locket. That's why she called it that. You know what? Locket to locket. It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding? So, what happened next? The last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. After the defendant tried to strangle victim, he hit him with bottle. So I'm understanding they want me to ask about the locket. And this is why I save a lot, because like sometimes I be understanding the situation and understanding what we're getting at, but like I don't be connecting how to get there. So something terrible has happened. Like, do you mean like him just jumping across the table or something new?
Hold it!
Something terrible? The defense will refrain from needless shouting. Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing. Now, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear. Okay, so it's just the next thing. Okay. He hit him with the bottle. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to present it here. Let me see.
Objection!
You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Okay, this is how I was thinking, right? I saw that necklace, that chain on Phoenix's neck. So that's why, like, I internalized when I saw it. And it was like the victim was playing with the locket on his hand. I'm like, okay, so Phoenix was playing with the locket on his neck. And then when I looked, and I'm like, oh, so he, like, I put everything together. I just, literally, my brain ran over the issue. Like, I knew everything that was incorporated in the issue. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean? If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, you know. It's quite simple when you think about it. The locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah. Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say. Yes? I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket. With the photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Phoenix has a daughter? Come again. Mr. Wright, you have a daughter. We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence? Well, now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost. Badly. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant. The game began with 3,500 points and chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendant played with all chips on table and loose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and... Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. How many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I done. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. The game began with 3,000 points and chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large.
Hold it!
Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? Of course. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Yeah. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is there to be explained? Poker chips are poker chips. So I'll explain for the class! They're not fish and chips. Not a chip off the old block. Not a motorcycle. Thanks. Now that I pressed her, I'd better ask them. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even? Yeah. As I have been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip. 100 points chip and 1,000 points chip. It is not money, dollar. Justice? Sir, don't you find her comments interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself. Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony? Yeah, add it to the testimony. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. Like, I have this just inkling. Hold on. Let's look here. It's not gonna make sense. But I have this inkling that the small chips are worth more. Which would make this 4,100 on Phoenix's side. And 2,000... That might not be it. That might not be it, though. And then I spent like 10 minutes getting it wrong when I had the answer to begin with.
Objection!
You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure. It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won if you're not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course. Duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with... Oh! They wanted me to... Okay. I forgot about that part. I did. But I still got there without cheating. I still got there. Because in my brain, I had already known, like, the chips couldn't have made sense. I just didn't know why, and I didn't do the maths. Look at all your information. Look at all your information. Think about all of it cohesively. When you get centered on an idea and don't know how to prove it, it's maths. It was quick maths. It was quick maths. And the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see. 3 plus 1 and carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? Say it out loud. They've been roasting you this whole time. 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. But why? How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Both were right. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can be only one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips are worth 1,000 points, not the big ones. Madness! Utter madness! Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. But wait, the value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. Indeed, the victim did have a larger number of chips still. Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points and the defendant had 4,100 points. Well, now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible. My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Yard. Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you? Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness's testimony at Phoenix? Or it was her. Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley? I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see, see what, Miss Orley, what do we see? In the last hand, there was a cheat. Cheat. You know, a trick. Wait, or do you mean a scam? They're all all the same thing. Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with chips as they are. Great. Just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case has certainly taken a turn. For the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. The last hand. Both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment game becomes argument, duh. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover-up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. The trouble with this is when stuff I don't know about gets thrown in the picture, I start getting nervous and anxious and trying to only reference what I don't know, not referencing enough probably. I do not know poker. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? Lawyers these days. You don't know your poker. I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this? Some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice? You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair. And 3 makes a 3 of a kind, right? Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they both have full houses. You forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. The defense may cross-examine the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? The last hand. Both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. How is the cheat obvious? I mean, is it just because the A card looks different? Because we are certainly playing from 2 different decks.
Hold it!
How was it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. Incorrect. And Mr. Wright's 2. Obviously cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say a hand. Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well, the witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. Hello?
Objection!
Wait, now she's just playing with my time. It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name? Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice? Perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. I hate these. I mean, I get it, like, it's easy now, but... What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony?
Take that!
Miss Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Why try to lie about something we have a picture of? I don't... It's a little weak, isn't it? Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question.
Objection!
Like, are we all tripping right now? Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating all right, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Not to mention, it was 2 decks. Well, I guess... Like, you can't slip in... My brain's not... Wait! Please! It is true, I have seen it, the 5th ace! There was cheating, I swear to you! That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne? Yes? The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? I want to examine both. I want the full truth. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? Because I trust Phoenix, the victim, but... It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. Right. From that point of view, right. This is why you can't trust me, because I'm gonna find the answer, but I'm gonna find it by picking a favorite. Just know that. I will accept the truth if I'm wrong, but I will believe in my favorite till the end of time. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. Received evidence, victim's hand. Okay. Well, time's a wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using... Yep. So I'm a little bit confused as to what they mean by using 2 decks. Like, I thought all the cards must have... I don't know. I'm really quite confused by it. I thought they were saying, like, they mixed all the cards in together, but I guess that wouldn't make sense to play the game like that, because then you'd have extra cards easily. Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. That's impossible. But I put that card in Red's hand. You did what? What was that, Miss Orly? No, yet. I merely said, I have... What was that? Your Honor? Mr. Gavin? Yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend. A comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Oh. Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orton? She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. Order. Order. Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. Of her mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. That's impossible, but I put that card in Wright's hand. Ergo, Miss Olga Orly conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orly, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident, and if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. I'll have to read that the wrong way. That means I'm guilty. Like, what was I doing in the room? The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orly, of murder. Knew you was a liar from the jump. Knew you was a liar. Let's get some borscht. You might have put something in that borscht. I don't even really trust your hands with the torch. I don't even really trust your meals. I don't even really... Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orly? It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice? Your Honor? It seems you presented a new possibility to the court. I'm suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it. I held out. I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further...
Objection!
Mr. Wright? That was his voice? How is it so high? We can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous! Because he's a defendant of the truth. Sorry. If you don't know, I love the truth. We fight. We fight a lot, don't get me wrong. But I love the truth. Mr. Payne, you of all people should know, Mr. Wright has talent for the ridiculous.